day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. From the powerhouse to the power cord. When you need electricity, we make sure it's there. And the residents at the new Marielle Marina Bay couldn't be happier. Thanks in no small part to a great partnership with Callahan Construction and project developer Hines. IBEW Local 103 and Cruise Electric, the power professionals.
The project is 630,000 square feet, 352 units. An awesome amenity package. You know, the location is prime. A lot of the things we do as a firm, we work very early on in the pre-construction and pre-development period, where we work with the architect and design team and the ownership, providing pre-construction services, budgeting, value engineering, cost control, logistics, all in an effort to, build a nice tight set of plans. It's very few change orders.
The beauty of our business is we get to create physical things. Marielle Marina Bay is the third in a series of those projects totaling about 800 units that we've completed in the last couple of years.
Hines has been great to deal with. They're very professional. They're a national player. Their team, specifically on this project and the other two projects we've built with them, so we've done 3 now at this point. Just, they're very, very professional, well organized, good to work with, not only between Callahan and Hines, but the design team, working with Elkis, working with Cube 3 and their consultants. And the sub base was excellent. Both the 103 folks and the other subs were really good as well.
There's a lot of contractors in the area that we feel like we don't do enough work with, so we'd like to do more work with them. Callahan Construction is one of those contractors. We've engaged Callahan, we've developed a really strong relationship with Callahan Construction. They like the quality of expertise they get from Local 103 members and contractors on their projects. I'm pleased to say that they were pleasantly surprised with the overall productivity and the output they were getting. They told me that Cruise Electric was one of their best contractors they've ever had on any project, so that really meant the world.
We had a great project manager, great general superintendent, the team on, in the field, from our general foreman to the foreman to all the people that worked. It was a success, and we got a lot of support from Local 103.
You can't get a better trained electrician or apprentice in the industry than you're going to get from Local 103. Pat Callahan, Callahan Construction recognized it. Certainly the residences at Marina Bay recognized it. They know there's value there. When you hire a Local 103 electrical contractor, you know you're getting the best.
This new leadership, they've been aggressive about going after the projects that have traditionally been open shop. So they're opening up a lot of new avenues for us.
Our main objective and our main goal is to win work for Local 103 members and contractors, and there's nothing we won't do to accomplish that. We are open for business, and we're ready to sit down with anybody to make a deal work.
103 has been great to work with. This is, I believe, our 5th project under construction right now with 103. When they see something that is a good size, might be a little more complex, they can be very competitive on the price side of things. And then they bring the other values, workforce, craftsmanship, things like that they leverage to try to gain the work. And on this project, they did a great job doing that. And the other projects we have going with them right now have been very competitive compared to some of the open shop pricing.
We're very fortunate right now in the Boston metropolitan area to be experiencing robust economic growth, and so there's tremendous demand for labor. And Cruise Electric and Local 103 kept pace and set pace on this project. And also, it's not just about one subcontractor. Everybody, including the general contractor, needs to perform, because if one player falls down, that can drag down the whole project. So Callahan Construction has done a good job of keeping all the players performing at a high level.
The job finished on time, the job finished under budget, very few change orders. We're proud to be a part of the project.
If you're a developer and you want to do a big challenging residential project, we're going to point to the Marielle project at Marina Bay and say that's a Local 103 project, and that was a very successful project for the owner, for the contractors, and certainly for us at Local 103. During the summer vacations and cookouts, as the sound of splashing in the pool or waves rolling on the beach mixed with happiness of kids playing, and before the fireworks explode, please take just a minute this 4th of July to appreciate your family and close friendships. Sure, working hard and being productive on the job is very important, as is your contribution to our union, but it isn't everything. America was founded on the idea that your life belongs to you, to pursue your values, to pursue your dreams, in the pursuit of happiness. But when that balance is in line, it is then that you become a better man or woman, husband or wife, father or mother, electrician or technician. So this 4th of July, relax, have fun, and know that we value each and every one of you and what you bring to the table. I'm Lou Antonellis, the business manager of IBEW Local 103. Enjoy the holiday, and then we'll get back to work. Issues of supreme importance. Kitchen table issues like jobs, wages, healthcare, and retirement benefits. While we struggle tooth and nail to maintain them, they've become a punchline in Washington, D.C. Front and center on Election Day, and back row all the other 364 days of the year. And I'll be the first to admit that most of the time, politics is very frustrating. To me, the Democratic Party seems to have lost its way. The 2016 presidential election was a primary example. Donald Trump took many pages from the Democratic platform and he made them his own. As far as I'm concerned, until Democrats start acting like it, we're all going to be stuck with the party of Trump. And even though some issues have been positive for working people, most haven't. And I'm not inspired about the future. To me, one of the primary ways we can, as trade unionists, get involved is by supporting local politicians to get elected and affect change, both locally and in Washington. Don't stop watching this message now. I know, the last thing you need is someone telling you how to vote. But please, hear me out. Paul Feeney, IBEW member from Local 2222, ran over his opposition in the Senate primary and followed it up by beating his two opponents handily in the special election for Massachusetts State Senate on October 17th. Why? Because he stuck to the core values that working people, our members, believe in. Local 103 came out in full force to stand behind Paul. With more than 100 volunteers, we knocked doors, we made phone calls, and we distributed literature across the voting precincts, which ultimately helped push him over the top. Another candidate that gets it is Tom McGee. He's running for mayor of Lynn. He's currently a state senator and is one of only 6 members of our legislature to vote against the Baker administration's suspension of the Taxpayer Protection Act, or the Pacheco Law, that ultimately opened the doors to privatization at the MBTA. And then there's Mayor Walsh, his re-election campaign. Marty is a union laborer. No one knows our issues better than Mayor Walsh. He's one of us. He had his primary victory party right here at Local 103, and we're doing everything we can to re-elect our friend as we get closer and closer to Election Day, November 7th. Put it like this, there are very few deserving candidates. Things are very fractured and divisive. But if anyone deserves a second look and a vote from you, it's our friends Tom McGee and Marty Walsh. Feel free to check them out online or on social media to see for yourself. I'm Lou Antonellis, business manager of Local 103. Let's get to work. I want to take this opportunity to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. While Thursday will likely be spent among family and friends, eating good food, watching football, and having fun, this holiday is one of my favorites because it's uniquely American. This Thanksgiving, I have a lot to be thankful for. Of course, my health, my children, my family and friends, but also to the many generations of men and women who spent the 125 years building the IBEW and Local 103 into the premier labor union that it has become. I'm also thankful for the wages, the excellent benefits, and the opportunities that Local 103 has provided for all of us. But most of all, this Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for your friendship and support throughout the entire year. I'm Lou Antonellis, the business manager of Local 103, and I wish you and your family a very happy, healthy, and safe Thanksgiving holiday.
Hello, brothers and sisters, contractors, customers, and friends. This time of year, both Glenn and I know that things are busy and that your focus is on a million other things aside from what you do from 7 to 3 during the week.
Which is why we appreciate your time as we come together for a quick message this Christmas season. Perhaps as a reflection of our society in general, there's no denying that things today just move quicker. The timelines are shorter and that we're being asked to do more in smaller amounts of time without a drop in productivity and without forgetting to be safe. And while sometimes we are also too busy to say thanks, hopefully it's not too late.
And as we turn the page to 2018, both Glenn and I believe that things are lining up perfectly for us to have another successful year. We're going to continue to win more work, gain new partners, and convince the general public that there is simply no better value than a Local 103 electrician or technician working for a NECA-affiliated contractor.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
And here's to health, happiness, and a safe and prosperous new year.
The opioid epidemic is, it's just that. It's an epidemic, and it's kind of rampant throughout the entire community. Local 103 is not an island separate from that, whether it's a family member or yourself, a child, whether it's a coworker or a friend or a neighbor. I think everybody has somehow, some way been affected by this epidemic. I want a member to know if they're struggling, if you're struggling at home, you have someone here at Local 103 that cares about what you're going through, that knows what you're going through, and can get you the help that you need.
It was around the age of 24 when my company got organized into IBEW Local 103. To work with your brothers and sisters in the field who really cared about you, and it was more of a family than a workplace. My wife and I were able to buy a home, and things were going really well for us until I found painkillers.
Recovery in itself is a struggle, and we certainly all have our own stories. I called in with every different excuse until I just didn't have any more excuses, and I was able to call my boss and just say, you know, I don't even know what to tell you other than I need help. I was able to stay sober for 5 years. You know, your life gets good, your life gets busy, and you think, well, I don't have to go to a meeting today. Now it's been a week and you haven't been to a meeting, and I ended up forgetting exactly how much of a disaster my life was 5 years prior.
Opioid basically comes from opium, which can kind of interfere with certain receptors in the body and in the central nervous system to block out areas of certain sensitivities, to enhance others, to release dopamine.
Being a very physical trade, being in construction, we have a higher rate of injuries. Higher rate of injuries mean more prescriptions for painkillers, and I think that's where it leads to the addiction piece.
And even some of the specialists, I went to some lectures, would say, the sky's the limit. Give whatever you have to give to control pain. Pain has to be controlled. You're being reassured by these people. And then suddenly you realize that that wasn't the case. When I think people first take these, they discharge the dopamine, really you make feel very good, but you only have so much dopamine. You start depleting it. You kind of run out of gas, so to speak. You have none left, you don't restore it, and you see what results.
IBEW Local 103 is a big organization, and we have the means to help our members that have issues. It's not only is it the right thing, but we do believe in truly helping our members. First and foremost, we have MAP, a Modern Assistance Program, and they are the industry professionals when it comes to addiction, counseling, opioid abuse, whatever it is you're going through, we refer to MAP as the industry experts. We've also started the Brotherhood Assistance Group, or the Brothers in Recovery, we call them, and they're just a bunch of Local 103 electricians and technicians that kind of rely on each other to get them through the struggles that they go through. And we're always partnering with other people in the community, and one of these new partnerships that we've created is this partnership with Teen Challenge.
So Teen Challenge was the 8th program that I came to. I had the feeling of defeat. I really didn't think that I was capable of finding freedom from my addiction. What happened differently for me when I walked through these doors was I was greeted by somebody who had gone through the program and now was a staff member here, and he greeted me with a big hug, and he told me, he said, "Welcome home, son." That was unlike any other greeting I ever got at any other program, and to be honest, it was a little weird for me at first, but you know, it was nice, and it made me feel wanted, it made me feel loved, and it made me feel at home. Teen Challenge is a 15-month residential faith-based program. As development supervisor, my #1 goal and purpose here is to see struggling addicts come in and find freedom from their addiction. We're a nonprofit organization that doesn't receive any government funding. We're always looking for help.
Teen Challenge is building a new facility. We have volunteers down there on Saturdays. We're not asking for anything in return, but we know the good work that they do.
Not only did they offer to wire the building with volunteers from the local, then they reached out to some amazing companies that work within the local and asked them to help with purchasing all the materials.
We know our members will reap the benefits of that, and so it's really a win-win because our members love to give back into the community.
One of the things that I like to tell people is that there is no shame in getting help. To have the support of your union and to not be judged and to be really praised for getting help is, I think, huge.
It's extremely important that we tackle the problem, that we admit that the problem is there. We admit that a number of people who are members of IBEW are struggling with the issue.
Don't feel defeated. Don't feel ashamed. It happens to the best of us.
If you're struggling, you're having a hard time, and you don't know where to turn, I want you to know you can always call Local 103. And whether it's one of the Brothers and Sisters in Recovery, whether it's the Modern Assistance Program, or whether it's the Teen Challenge program that we've partnered with, we're gonna help you get the help that you need. Don't ever feel like you're alone.
What a great day for our 5th annual Retirees Luncheon here in sunny Naples, Florida. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Come on inside. Come on in. Good.
Good to see you
nice
again.
to see you too. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. I can't begin to explain how much it means to me to be the business manager of Local 103 and see so many old friends and retirees. Hey, Mr. Coney, how are you? Nice to see you. See the smiles on their faces, see them connect with old friends. It's been retired, I think, 12 years now. We got a picture of the whole family the night he retired. The interest still peaked in what's going on at Local 103 and what's going on at home.
Okay, congratulations.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you.
How's the family?
Everybody's great. Our message to retirees was everything's good at home. Work situation is strong. Several multi-billion-dollar mega projects, and a lot of them funded with our pension fund. This looks to be promising next few years for Local 103. The trust funds are stronger than they've ever been. $2.3 billion in overall assets. The pension is doing great. The health care is doing great. We haven't had a health hourly increase in over almost 10 years. Things are going good at home, and we wanted to come down, share the good news with our retirees. It's the least that we could do for everything that they've done for all of us.
Being a good electrician means having the right tools and materials available. Being a good leader is all about having the right management tools. To us, that's the responsibility of the foreman.
You're not just showing up just to work every day. You know, you get some added responsibility. You're thinking a little more than just being told what to do every day.
But even the best tools, both physical and mental, need sharpening from time to time. And that's exactly what our leaders receive in the form of specialized education, like the 2018 Spring Foreman Training Event.
Our foremen, our general foremen, our superintendents, they're really the industry leaders. They're like the front lines of our industry. They're basically the cutting edge of technology, on safety, on productivity. Those are the guys that are building the buildings in Boston.
That's why we bring them together. We show them how much they're appreciated, what they mean to the industry, their critical role in the industry, to give them some updates, to give them some skills that they can take back to the job site and make things run a little bit smoother.
It's been really interesting. It's nice learning what we were just talking about, the software and stuff and all that. That's nice to know.
For the foreman of IBEW Local 103, it's important to come together once a year to be recognized for their hard work and dedication in the field.
We have our industry partners and vendors that'll be here. They'll be putting on demonstrations about new technologies in our electrical industry. Michael Kalman is here. He is, he's well known in the electrical training industry.
Since the time that I've spent learning the craft just 20, 25 years ago, tremendous change. We have a term for that. We call it a VUCA world today. It's a world that's volatile, it's uncertain, it's complex, it's ambiguous. And we've got tonight, 500 foremen that have to operate and manage their jobs for this local union and for our contractors in a way that can be productive and safe. It's an exciting time to be in the electrical industry.
Everyone learns from each other. Everyone's on the same team, whether you're with the same company or not. So everybody helps each other out. It doesn't get better than that,
And with the start of the busy season just around the corner, the skills and practices these men and women pick up during the foreman training event will be put to good use.
This is the time to get the foreman. Let's get a refresher. A lot of exciting projects going on in Boston, and this is the first step into the good building time of the year. Brothers and sisters, as part of our expanded marketing and communications plan, I'll be reaching out directly to you on a regular basis to let you know clearly and simply what your leadership team is currently working on. Transparency is key. You all deserve nothing less. And that's the goal with these short, monthly, minute-long videos. To start, since I was sworn in June, we've really hit the ground running. And for the first time in almost 20 years, we have a brand new, fresh, and hard-working leadership team here at Local 103, and new business agents that are pounding the pavement to win more work. And just like our city and our nation, diversity is a priority. There is equal opportunity in Local 103 for people of all races, ethnicities, and sexual orientation, and my office is no different. For the first time in Local 103's history, I'm proud to say that we have a woman of color on staff as a business agent. As part of the effort of our team to win more work, we've made aggressive changes to our market recovery program, and it's paying off in areas that have seen a decline in recent years.
The work situation has been so strong this summer that we've had travelers working for the first time in 15 years. And with the promise of more work means more members to man it. We've taken a fresh look at our organizing strategy, making changes where necessary to ensure it continues to meet our needs now and into the future. We've opened up a satellite office on the North Shore at the interchange of routes 93 and 128 in Woburn, and we're expanding more and more of our normal, everyday union functions to that location. And our members can now get the help they so desperately need if they're battling dependency issues to alcohol and to opioids, so they can get back to being the best versions of themselves. And that's just the start, brothers and sisters. There's so much more to come. I'm Lou Antonellis, the business manager of Local 103. Let's get to work. What if I told you that you were part of a $300 million business? What if I told you that figure was for 2017 alone? And in fact, that figure is just new business. And that new business was secured in just the last 6.5 months. It's true, brothers and sisters. We're winning work at a historic pace. And I'm thrilled that with each win, I can say it's because of you and your hard work and your dedication to our trade, and that no one can match what we provide to our customers. Sure, it has something to do with our economy being strong and our area being ripe for redevelopment. The housing market continues to be the driving force for the increase, one which our market share grows with each new project that we win. And know this, I'll always give it to you straight. For all that's good, we can still do better. We've recognized other markets where things haven't been so strong, and we've turned our attention to how it can be turned around, and now aggressively attacking those areas. But you should all share in the news, in our success, that thanks to our staff, our contractors, and most importantly, to each and every member of Local 103 for your hard work and dedication. I'm Lou Antonellis, proud business manager of Local 103. Let's get to work.
For those of us who grew up here, for those of us who didn't, for those of us who've lived and died with every victory and every defeat, for those of us who've never watched even a single pitch, for everyone, this place transcends baseball. It's a landmark in our town, it's an initiation to our city, and to us, our work inside the gates is a responsibility we cherish and revere.
Fenway Park is part of the spirit and the soul of the city of Boston. We are thankful to our partners like IBEW 103 who helped preserve Fenway for present and future generations to experience and enjoy. Steve Tobacco, who is an IBEW 103 member, has been instrumental in the electrical services here at the park. There is nobody more dedicated and committed and takes pride in his work.
This is a large ballpark. We have thousands of light fixtures. We set up temporary power for concerts, general maintenance. There's always something different to do. There's pride in what you do, doing your job well, and you do it safe.
Just like a coach to a player, a journeyman to an apprentice, a brother to a brother, often the tricks of our trade are passed down.
I worked for Rocky. He was my project manager for many, many years. He was like a second father to me. I love the guy.
I could have retired probably 15 years ago, but because I was working here at Fenway Park and I loved baseball and loved park, I continued to work until I was 78 years old. It was basically all because of the people I was working with, so it was quite a relationship, and working with Steve, couldn't ask a better foreman on the job. It's been quite an honor to work here, I'll tell you, I loved it.
For Rocco and Steve, it was like they were father and son. For Steve and Matthew, it's like father, like son.
My son wanted to be an electrician. He got in, and he had went to a few jobs, and then he came here with me. So, you know, I'm very proud to have him with me.
I've been coming to Fenway Park since I was about 12 years old, just because my dad was here and my dad worked here, and it's always just been an adventure. Came a time when it was just my time to join the Brotherhood, and here I am. It's a generational thing too. My dad was speaking about his former boss that he worked with for so many years. That was his generation bringing it to my dad, and then my dad bringing it down to me. It's all about keeping the future going and improving and making sure that we help each other out.
Yeah, it's their job, but these men, past, present, and future, even though they'll never swing a bat, steal a base, or throw a pitch, they make sure the players can, for fans around the world.
For generations, IBEW and NECA have kept the lights on at Fenway Park. That's not only important to the Red Sox, but it's important to the millions of fans who count on us every single day.
For over 100 years, the Boston Red Sox and Fenway Park have been central to Boston. They've shown what the best of what Boston is all about. And for over 100 years, NECA and IBEW Local 103 have been central to the success and the growth of the city.
Fenway Park is the oldest park in the country, is iconic, and I think the fact that the IBEW is a long-standing organization that's part of the culture and fabric of Boston, that there's a great fit between the two companies. Rocco Cementelli, Steve Tobacco represent the best in Sully Mac in the level of commitment and loyalty and care that they take in doing their work. We're very fortunate as a company to have fantastic employees that we get from the IBEW.
Steve has been delivering for Local 103 and for Fenway Park and the Red Sox organization for years. We couldn't have a better representative than Steve. Fenway Park is the spotlight of the city. The lights that surround the city during a night game really lights up the whole neighborhood. It lights up Kenmore Square, it lights up the Pike. You know, we're proud to be, powering Fenway Park.
IBEW Local 103 and Boston NECA, the power professionals.
Hello, brothers and sisters. Happy New Year and happy birthday to Local 103. This month marks our 118th year of serving the electrical needs of Greater Boston. I can't help but feel excited and optimistic about the work picture in the new year ahead. Every day we're going to work on new and exciting projects that are changing the Boston skyline forever. And going forward, we'll continue to spread the goodwill in the community by giving back on projects where our expertise is badly needed. We'll continue to expand our footprint beyond the city of Boston by working on new partnerships while at the same time vigorously defending our core market and our valued and treasured customer base. Yes, it's a new year and a new day in Local 103, but our strong union values of brotherhood, friendship, professionalism, and productivity will guide the way and lead us forward for another 118 years. I'm Lou Antonellis, the business manager of Local 103. Let's get to work. Of the many landmarks in our great city, none is perhaps more recognizable than Fenway Park. For as long as I can remember, our members and contractors have been responsible for the construction and maintenance work over there. And while that's the ultimate goal, ours for our members, and with opening day right around the corner, I'm thrilled to announce our new partnership with the Red Sox organization. For the first time in history, the IBEW bug will be painted big and bright on perhaps the most recognizable part of the park, the Green Monster. And just like the fresh approach we've adopted here in the business manager's office, we've also expanded that to our marketing and our advertising plan. There isn't a developer, a general contractor, or a customer that we won't try to work with. And there's not a person in the Commonwealth that I don't want to reach with our message. We are the best in the world at what we do. And with the Red Sox holding the longest consecutive sellout streak in major pro sports history, our message and our brand will be seen by millions each year. I'm Lou Antonellis, the business manager of Local 103. Let's get to work.
All across the country, as we move towards the midterm election season, politicians today use setups like this for town hall meetings, not as they were originally intended, as an open discussion on issues facing real Americans, but rather filled with their supporters as an echo chamber without a shred of planned progress. This month's message isn't about politics, and it isn't about who you should vote for, but rather to let you know that we believe a town hall to be a productive exercise focused on the right topic. And whether you're a member of Local 103 or someone looking for a new career in the trades, we plan to release our own town hall on the benefits of being an electrician or technician here at Local 103, what it means to your family and what it means to your future. From real-world stories from our members themselves. We aim to own the entire greater Boston market. That comes with being able to field the calls from our contractors as we win more work. In just the past year alone, we've organized 16 brand new contractors and nearly 1,000 new members, and we're just getting started. The IBEW stands for providing a chance at a better life for our members and their family. But our main focus is, and has always been, organizing and growing our membership. We're open for business, and we want you to join us. I think you'll agree that it's a smart move to make. I'm Lou Antonellis, the business manager of IBEW Local 103. Let's get to work. During the summer vacations and cookouts, as the sound of splashing in the pool or waves rolling on the beach mixed with happiness of kids playing, and before the fireworks explode, please take just a minute this 4th of July to appreciate your family and close friendships. Sure, working hard and being productive on the job is very important, as is your contribution to our union, but it isn't everything. America was founded on the idea that your life belongs to you, to pursue your values, to pursue your dreams, in the pursuit of happiness. But when that balance is in line, it is then that you become a better man or woman, husband or wife, father or mother, electrician or technician. So this 4th of July, relax, have fun, and know that we value each and every one of you and what you bring to the table. I'm Lou Antonellis, the business manager of IBEW Local 103. Enjoy the holiday, and then we'll get back to work. A few times a year, those of us in the office travel to IBEW-wide conferences and meetings to network with other business managers, agents, and organizers from around the country. To listen to what they're doing in other areas, find out what's working for them, and tell them what's working for us, with the ultimate goal of getting better and building a stronger union. The Membership Development Conference is always important because honestly, I believe if we can't man the work, what else matters? In the past year alone, IBEW Local 103 has organized more than 1,000 new members and dozens of new contractors. And we just got word that Local 103 is the #1 union in the country for organizing this past year. Whether you've been a member for 40 years or 40 minutes, congrats and great job. I'm Lou Antonellis, the business manager of IBEW Local 103. Let's get to work. Throughout the year, there are times when you look around at a barbecue or a dinner table filled with friends and family and just take a moment to reflect on the true meaning of the day. At Christmas, 4th of July, and during Thanksgiving, to name a few. But for us as trade unionists, Labor Day means a lot more than a day off or a long weekend. It's a day to remember our fathers, our grandfathers, those who came before us, and cut the trail that we continue to walk down today. It's a celebration of the countless working class people who show up on the job every day and give an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. For more than 100 years, Local 103 has been at the forefront of the battle for the rights and the dignity of all workers. Better wages, safer working conditions, and a retirement that's earned. And as more and more corporations continue to erode the value of their workforce, we believe our ideas are more important today than ever before, making sure the American dream doesn't turn into the American wish. Happy Labor Day, brothers and sisters. Raise a glass to yourselves, to your family, to your trade, and to your union. I'm Lou Antonellis, the proud business manager of IBEW Local 103. Let's get to work.
Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over. The Red Sox have won the World Championship. The Boston Red Sox beat the Los Angeles Dodgers 5-1.
Wow, what a great World Series and a spectacular ending to a historic season. 108 wins and another championship for the great city of Boston by our beloved Red Sox. But this year was a little extra special though. For the first time, the IBEW Bug, Local 103, and our partners at NECA held the highest profile position on the famous Green Monster. We already can't wait for spring training and for next season to get underway. But for right now, I want to say thanks once again to our partners, the Boston Red Sox. We'll see you on a duck boat for another victory parade through the city of Boston. I'm Lou Antonellis. I'm tired. I'm the proud business manager of Local 103. But let's get back to work. In times of emergency, after natural disasters, and during power outages, oftentimes citizens look towards our politicians and the authorities to restore order and lay out a plan for recovery and relief efforts. But what many don't know is while our elected officials and first responders are just beginning to help, the members of the IBEW are almost always already hard at work getting power back up and running. This was exactly the case just a few short weeks ago on what otherwise seemed like a normal Friday afternoon in the communities of Lawrence, Andover, and North Andover. A series of natural gas explosions which destroyed as many as 80 homes and businesses, injuring dozens and killing one, were catastrophic. But almost instantaneously, as the firemen were hard at work, nearly 400 trained and trusted members of IBEW Local 103 were mobilized to the area. And as authorities and politicians began to get a grip on the situation, they looked to us to provide answers to their questions, so they could begin the reassurances that while the investigation into what happened was underway, safe, reliable power would be available to those who need it the most. Certainly we aren't looking for a pat in the back, but sometimes the work our members do in the cities and towns in which we live goes unnoticed. We are the best in the world at what we do. We have a safe, trained, and qualified electricians who stand ready to be called upon if any situation, a hospital or a high-rise project, or to serve as the other first responders in times of crisis. I'm Lou Antonellis, the proud business manager of IBEW Local 103, and we're ready to get to work.
These boots, from the job site to the supermarket, to the game, and volunteering on Saturdays. These boots stand for something more. So do we. IBEW Local 103 and Boston NECA. the power professionals. Forever, artisans have been using their hands to create works of art. We just work on a bigger canvas. With craftsmen's hands that hold the key to reshaping our world every hour of every day. IBEW Local 103 and Boston NECA, the power professionals. To us, there's an energy in everything we do. And in our trade, knowledge is power, and power can change the world. IBEW Local 103 and Boston NECA, the power professionals. 1,440 minutes. One day. While most focus on speed, we focus on efficiency. Because without quality, timelines mean little and budgets mean nothing. As union electricians, we call it pride. We call it heart. IBEW Local 103 and Boston NECA, the power professionals. For a majority of Americans, a secure future isn't guaranteed. You work hard at your job or small business, pay your bills, maybe even have a few bucks in a retirement account. But most Americans are just one emergency or unplanned expense away from being forced into a financial tailspin. The American dream seems to have become the American wish. We aim to change that. At IBEW Local 103, for more than 100 years, we've been fighting for safer working conditions, better wages, and a dignified retirement on behalf of our members. As more and more corporations continue to erode the value of their workforce, we believe our values are more important today than ever before. So if you're an electrician or a technician in the industry looking for a new way, or somebody that isn't in construction that's looking for a career change, we invite you to watch the following presentation and hear from people just like you with stories just like yours about why they joined the IBEW. Yeah, so come on in and names are on the chairs and have a seat and we'll get going.
Eric San Juan. I work for J&M Brown.
Marcos Gonzalez.
Heather O'Connor, Karen O'Connor's wife.
I work with Sully Mack.
I work with John A. Penny Electric.
My name is Isidro Vega.
Hello, Lee Brown. My husband is Alfredo Brown.
Hi, Alfredo. How are you?
How you doing?
And who do you work for?
I work for Aldon Electric.
Aldon. Great.
Tyler Barad Farrell.
Bill Ferreira.
Nathaniel Rapper. Nate for short.
My name is Chanel and my last name is Susie.
Hi, my name is Robin Garside.
Samuel Gonzalez.
Barbie Gonzalez, Sam's wife.
It's important to just understand what your stories are and where you came from. We have a great cross-section of members, and it's a good thing that you come from different backgrounds and have different stories.
I'm a U.S. veteran. I've been putting my boots on and going to work a long time, and I come from non-union side, and now I've only been here shortly. They don't treat you like they're better than you, they treat you like equals. I feel like I made the right choice.
Yeah, I agree with him. Like non-union, you definitely the people around you teaching you. I experienced they didn't want to teach you because they didn't give you the tools to succeed. They'd want you to get the shock or mess up, Whereas here, everyone's so supportive. You know, people they want to help you. They want you to succeed. They want to teach you the tools because we're their future.
I was also with non-union 10 years. It's all I had known when I graduated high school. I did that, and being able to a lot less stress financially, a lot happier at work. The work is way more organized. Everybody's either right on schedule or ahead of the schedule. And the camaraderie, like everybody said, you know, everybody's trying to work with each other, and we have this common goal. Where when you were a non-union, it was almost like that guy above you has that feather on their cap. They don't want to share that. That's how they stay above, and it's been the exact opposite here. They want to see you exceed, excel, and grow.
The small non-union shop in East Boston we didn't even have health insurance. He kept it under 6 guys all the time. He was always busy doing stuff down in Boston, but about the dangerous stuff, the stupid things we did to save a buck, putting breakers into live panels and stuff, we did that stuff all the time. He didn't even care about us, because he would just wash his hands and get another guy. Like, there's none of that stuff anymore. Sully Mac, like, they really care about you as a person. You're not a number, you're a person with a family. And I mean, all the drills now have that the vacuums on them, all that. We've been drilling concrete for years. No one ever said anything about that silicon dust. That's been known for years, and I never even knew about that. But it really, I mean, I've been passing that sign out there that says brotherhood for years, and it really is a brotherhood. You know? I'm just so happy to be here.
Though generations have come and gone, Fenway Park remains. It's a landmark for all. It's a part of our history. They don't throw a pitch, swing a bat, or steal a base, but IBEW Local 103 and Boston NECA have gone above and beyond to make sure the players can, for fans around the city and the world. They've been lighting up Fenway Park for decades. IBEW Local 103 and NECA, powering Fenway Park and ready to power your next project. Live from Fenway Park, this is Red Sox baseball.
Fenway Park is part of the spirit and the soul of the city of Boston. For generations, IBEW and NECA have kept the lights on at Fenway Park. That's not only important to the Red Sox, but it's important to the millions of fans who count on us every single day.
IBEW Local 103 and NECA, powering Fenway Park and ready to power your next project.
So the last couple years, leading up to our election, Local 103, we recognized some areas of our city and position in the jurisdiction where we knew where we could do better. Mediocrity is not okay, and it's not acceptable by the members of Local 103. And we knew we had to perform, we had to do better. But we took a second look, and a third look, and a fourth look at every single job, and one of them, and no more important, was Logan Airport. Logan Airport is no longer up for grabs. It's strongly and firmly Local 103 territory. We've won 55 out of 57 jobs. The Terminal B project that's out there now. Fantastic project. 115 electricians and technicians working on that project. Our work's not done out at Logan Airport, but I'd say this is a great first step to recapturing what's been lost in years past. And we intend to keep it that way.
Started out here doing small service projects. We've built up familiarity with the airport and Massport. Most recently, we were awarded this Terminal B project. We won the project with the help of 103 back in the fall of 2017. There's a lot of successes we've had since Lou's been business manager, but Terminal B is the biggest, the most well-known, and it's a great demonstration of what happens when you can align yourselves, contractor and union, and you can work hand in hand and move in the same direction.
If you can notice some of these surroundings around us, they call them the trees. It's supposed to look like we're outside. We also have opaque glass on the outside of the building, which is a new concept. There's only one other airport in the country that has such a system, electricity actually makes the glass more opaque as the sunlight affects one of the sensors that are on the roof.
We throw current across the glass and it will tint on demand, or really what we utilize is our intelligent control, which will predict where the sun's at any given time.
In addition to that, the lighting system works in conjunction with that system and is an automatic dimming system so that outside ambient light can also dim the lights within the building.
I equate Massport to a foreign language. When you first hear it, you don't understand it, it seems awkward. You got to put the time and the effort in to learn Massport, to learn how to speak it, and to work here successfully.
Talking about a brand new project, connecting to old buildings, several old buildings all connected together. So the project's going great. It's extremely fast-paced job. Things have changed every single day, daily. It comes down to us just trying to get it done as quick as we can, just basically one day at a time. And having a great team behind me.
And with the support of Lou and the IBEW, the support of our employees, our field employees, we've learned Massport. We're pretty fluent in the language right now, and I just want to say thank you to everyone involved, from Lou to the business agents, to the IBEW, to our union employees, and to our office employees as well. Huge thank you.
I've worked with the 103 guys and with Sully Mac before. I trust them to go in and do a good job and do it right. A lot of the areas that we work, we don't have a lot of time to go in and get it done, so it's got to be done right the first time. And they've been doing a great job out here.
The city of Boston is going through a transformation right now that hasn't been seen in nearly 2 decades. There are new and exciting projects being built all over the place. We have to go out and win every single job to make sure every single member of Local 103, whether you've been here for 40 minutes or you've been here for 40 years, to get you on the next job. That's our goal, and that's our promise to you.